by bad language, because I see all the wonderful author copies here, which I think
Excuse me.
is terrific.
Is that your seat?
It has been 45
Are you going to be sitting there now, or are you?
Mike Barton was sitting there, but you can
Oh, yeah, I will. I'm
I'm
recording it. Yep. Yep. Oops, sorry. Just fall down.
We almost lost the festival because of the last
There we go.
one.
Thanks. Yeah, Michael.
It was because of a parody of the 12 Days of Christmas that was sung by Steve Goodman. And I will not sing that to you, but I will maybe recite it to you if we survive the rest of this workshop. I offer that song and the words to it so that those of you that don't ever want to have to deal with your families again will be able to go home for the holidays, sing that version of the 12 Days of Christmas, and never be welcomed again. But I'll save it to the very end. Most importantly, I think we need all the laughs that we can get in this time of turmoil that we're living through. Those of us that are older remember the Cuban Missile Crisis, and my friend's 22-year-old son is suddenly going through a crisis, and my friend said, I don't know what's going on with him. And I had to say to him, you know, he's going through this Cuban Missile Crisis. Because as a 22-year-old, he's suddenly dealing with his own mortality for the first time. And I think we need all the laughs that we can get. I'd like to dedicate this to particularly Ken Goldstein, who was the first man that programmed this festival and who always intended to just be educational as well as entertaining, and I think this kind of material is in fact quite educational. And I'd like to dedicate it to those people that over the years have unabashedly spoken dirty words and shared deliciously dirty songs, because in every culture all over the world, whether it's the procreational part of being human or the scatological part of being human, people laugh at it. They sing songs about it, they tell jokes about it. And to go through decades of not recognizing that we fuck and we shit, you know? And George Carlin was right, and we do fuck and we shit, and those words should be speakable, especially in the days in which we're living. So, you know, I'm all for that. I would also like to dedicate this to all of those people that we actually sang these songs with, most particularly Jim Croce, who you don't think of as a Bawdy song singer, Steve Goodman, who could really get into the trenches, and Mike Miller, our old friend who is only recently departed, who ever asked, what is folk music? And if this kind of material isn't folk music, I don't know what is. And I'm inviting all of you to sing along on the choruses that are appropriate to sing along with. I'd also like to remind people that although we're very Caucasian on this stage, there is a fabulous tradition of black humor, sometimes called the Dozens. And I guess that's graduated into what modern hip-hop is, and all the language that is, oh my God, what are they saying? Well, they're saying all the things that we said. I'm from the generation that taught the world how to say fuck. And now when I have to deal in geriatric circles, those millennial social workers don't know how to deal with the boomers who look at them and say, fuck. They are just, don't use that language. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble. They're totally unprepared for us. Those of you that are from Philadelphia may or may not ever have come across a book called Deep Down in the Jungle, which is a fabulous collection of the Dozens that was put together by Roger Abrams, who unfortunately was deceased this year. And if you're ever looking for a fabulous gift to give somebody that's younger and that is into the world of rap, Those songs go back in tradition in very many ways. I used to share my rugby songs with their jailhouse stories, which is what they have evolved to be. The only one that I know that was ever put to music was done by Oscar Brown Jr., and he did something called Signifying Monkey, which is one of the characters that goes through the dozens, and that gives us an idea of, yeah, perhaps this did come out of African tradition and African stories, because in the upper U.S. states, we don't have a lot of monkeys and lions, so there is a long tradition that is not white, and that I really want to salute to, and I salute the young people that are keeping language free, because language ought to be language, especially when it communicates.
Now, Roger, by the way, Roger Abrams collected all his stuff when he lived on Eisenhower Street between 12th and 13th off of Pine.
Because before that area became gentrified, when South Street was still a questionable neighborhood, when you could still get fabulous ribs and go to the Dream Shop.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think we ought to start with some music, and the music that I'm going to do is mostly rugby songs, and it's also going to be songs that are out of the music hall tradition, so it's a lot of the Anglo stuff. Music hall is to Great Britain what vaudeville was to the U.S. And in both cases, this material needs audience participation. And Saul, are you prepared to do any of the verses of the Wild West Show?
I could do one or two.
Hannah, did you pick up on any of them? Or? Okay, because God bless Google. All that stuff that you could only learn at a folk festival, you push your mouse and there it is. It's on the screen. And some of these songs have 500 verses. I mean, it's just incredible how long it goes back and how intricately it's all been put together. The Wild West Show is a visit to a sideshow, and it is peopled by, or it is inhabited by, creatures from all over. And the way this works is it's got a chorus that goes, "Oh, we're off to see the Wild West Show. See the elephants and the kangaroo. Never mind the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West Show." And then I'm going to say the name of the creature that we're going to visit. So my voice isn't what it used to be.
Pick one of those two.
Yeah, pick any one of those. Oh, we're off to see the Wild West Show. It's too low for you?
Oh, everybody.
Oh, we're off to see the Wild West Show.
The elephant and the kangaroo.
No matter mind the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West Show. Let's do it again. Oh, we're off to see the Wild West Show. The elephant and the kangaroo. No matter what the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West Show. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, step up to this cage. This cage is really an interesting cage. In this cage, ladies and gentlemen, you have the laughing hyena. The laughing hyena. That's right, the laughing hyena. Fantastic. That's your response to the name of the animal. Now you want to know why this animal is here and why it's so special. Well, the laughing hyena lives all the way up on the top of the mountain. And only once a week it comes down to drink water. Then it goes all the way back up the mountain. Once a month it comes down from the mountain and it eats. And once a year it comes down from the mountain to fornicate. You want to know why he's laughing? Today's the day! Oh, we're off to see the Wild West Show. the elephant and the kangaroo. No matter what the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West show. Got one?
Well, up in that cage there, we have the kiki bird.
The kiki bird? Fantastic!
Well, the kiki bird, some of you may have heard of this bird. Have any of you traveled up to the Arctic? When you go up to the Arctic, and you go up there and you sit in the snow and you wait and you wait and you listen very carefully, you can hear the sound of the kiki bird going kiki 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 Christ, it's cold up here.
Oh, we're off to see the Wild West show.
See the elephant and the kangaroo.
No matter what the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West show. Well, step up to this next stage. I have to let you know that this creature was donated to us by my old friend David Bromberg. He's been to the Wild West show, and he contributed this creature to this show. Now, be very careful. Hold on to your wallets. Ladies, hold on to your purses, because in this cage, we have the ruble.
The ruble? Fantastic.
Now, the ruble exists entirely on a diet of money. It will take euros, it will take rubles, it'll take any kind of money. And it steals whenever it can, so once again, hold on to your wallets. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you must remember that money is the eat of all ruble. Oh, we're off to see the Wild West show. The elephant and the kangaroo. No matter what the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West show. Got one?
Well, there's the, I'm into birds. I got another bird here. This is the bird.
Fantastic!
This bird flies at very, very, very high, the stratosphere. Well, one time, often the bird loses an engine or something like that, or loses thrust, and all of a sudden, the bird drops. And when he gets about a meter from the ground, he suddenly gets his thrust back and goes forward, and you can hear him saying as he goes off in the distance, fuck, that was a close one.
Oh, we're off to see the Wild West show. The elephant and the kangaroo. No matter what the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West show. Well, while we're over here in the aviary section, I would like to bring us to the bird. The bird.
Fantastic. You're into birds too.
Yes, I certainly am. Now, the bird has a problem with one of its wings, and because it has that problem with its wing, it cannot really fly straight. It can only fly in circles. And in fact, it's a very rare creature because we're losing them one at a time, because as they fly around and around in ever decreasing concentric circles, eventually they fly up their own anal orifice with a oh, we're off to see the Wild West show. The elephant and the kangaroo. No matter what the weather, as long as we're together, we're off to see the Wild West show. There are hundreds of verses to this. Learn them, pass them on. They're great stories. You don't have to use them as bawdy songs. Use them with your grandkids. Teach them how to participate. Saul, it's your turn.
It's my turn. I've known this next song. I'm going to sing a song. I'd like to introduce, by the way, a friend of mine going to play guitar with me, and his name, he's from Germantown. And his name is Jim Dragoni, a wonderful guitarist. As a lot of you know his name.
Thank you, Saul.
And he usually plays electric guitar, but I said, you gotta play acoustic today, I said. This is a song that it's been going around on the internet. I heard it, I didn't know who the hell wrote it. And it turns out it's a guy named, I did a little searching, and it turns out it's a guy named John R. Butler. And you can find him on YouTube, and he does a lot of songs similar to this. A lot of them put down religion. And this is one of them that I like very much, and it's called The Hand of the Almighty. And my wife is sick of hearing this song. I've rehearsed it for the last 3 weeks. She thought originally that it was sacrilegious, but she listened to it. Is this right, Colleen? She listened to the words and found out it's actually pro-religion. You tell me what you think. Am I still in tune with you, Jim?
Close enough for folk music.
Oh, sinner, do not stray from the straight and narrow way, for the Lord is surely watching what you do. If you approach the devil's den, turn around, don't enter in, lest the hand of the Almighty fall on you. He'll fuck you up. Oh, God will fuck you up if you dare to disobey his stern command. He'll fuck you up. Oh, yes, he'll fuck you up. So you better do some praying while you can. Long ago, a man named Lot had a wife he thought was hot, but she wouldn't quit her black and sinful ways. It was her own damn fault when God turned that bitch to salt. That's the way he used to work back in those days. He fucked them up. Oh yes, he fucked them up. When the people went and turned their backs on him, he fucked them up. For sure he fucked them up, just the way he fucked the people up back then. I had a friend named Ray who walked those evil ways. He cursed and drank and broke his neighbor's fence. Now Ray, he knew full well that some sheep were over there, and he knew them in the biblical sense. God fucked him up. Oh yes, he fucked Ray up to pay him back for all his evil sins. He fucked him up. Fucked that boy completely up. Now he's married to a Presbyterian. John R. Butler.
Well, Hannah is one of the baddest ladies in the Philadelphia music scene. And I am honored to share a stage with her because she reminds me of just how wild I used to be.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? This is very exciting. Thank you for having me. So I have a few Bawdy blues. I have a drug song. Who wants to hear a drug song or a Bawdy song first?
Yes.
Bawdy? All right.
Who wants smut?
All right, I'll bring you the smut. You want to do a...
I come to you, sweet man.
If you a married man, you ain't got no business here. 'Cause when I'm out with me, I will make your wife shed a tear. 'Cause I'm a mighty tight woman, and there is nothing that I fear.
Well, it's time to go to the locker room. My God, the locker room. I mean, I've lived in the locker room all my life.
Fantastic.
Oh, there we go. And I live in a 5-floor walk-up, and I have to get carried up and down to go to appointments and to go anywhere. And these lovely young people with muscle carry me down in the carry chair, and you are literally a refrigerator. You're praying that they don't drop you. It is so embarrassing. You feel as helpless and awful as possible. And to raise my spirits and to raise their spirits, I warn them to please not laugh hard enough to drop me. And I sing them Bawdy songs. And they are absolutely shocked. I am a memorable client for that company. And my favorite one, and it's one that Jim Croce was apparently known for, is either called the Ball of Ballynor, the Ball of Carrynor, and it has over 500 verses that can be collected from it. And it's got a chorus. The balls to your partner, asses against the wall. If you've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. Balls to your partner, asses against the wall. If you've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. 4 and 20 virgins came down from Inverness, and when the ball was over, there were 4 and 20 less. Singing balls to your partner, asses against the wall. If you've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. The village postman, he was there. Poor man had the pox. He couldn't fuck the ladies, so he fucked the letterbox. Singing balls to your partner, asses against the wall. If you've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. The village idiot, he was there. In a corner he sat, amusing himself while abusing himself and catching it in his hat. Singing balls to your partner, asses against the wall. If you've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. There was fucking in the parlor, there was fucking in the ricks. You couldn't hear the music for the swishing of the pricks. Singing balls to your partner, asses against the wall. If you've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. There was fucking in the parlor, there was fucking on the stairs. You couldn't see the carpet for the curling pubic hairs. Singing balls to your partner, asses against the wall. You've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. And when the ball was over, everyone confessed that though the music, it was fine, the fucking was the best. Singing balls to your partner, asses against the wall. If you've never been fucked on a Saturday night, you've never been fucked at all. Ay, 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 ay. In China they do it for chili. So let's have, that's the verse. Right. There are lots and lots of the rugby songs. They are used after competition. If you can't come up with a song, you have to buy the next round. They learn songs. Your stage.
It's my turn? Okay. I'm going to do a song that I learned from Brownie McGee. I used to hitchhike in from Penn State back in the 60s just to go to the second fret at 1902 Sansom Street to sit at the feet of the great Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry. And so let me do a Dr. Brownie's famous cure. I'm sure other people had this cure too, but this is the way Brownie expressed it. You got bad blood, baby. I do believe you need a shot. You got bad blood, baby. I do believe you need a shot. Oh, okay. I thought there's a rhythm going. And
It's okay, we're bleeding, we've got bad blood.
Thank you. Well, you got bad blood, baby. I do believe you need a shot. You got bad blood, mama. I do believe you need a shot. Why don't you roll right over, baby? Let me see what else you have got. Well, our doctors and women, I don't mess around with men. Our doctors and women, I don't fool around with men. Come over here, mama. Let me stick my needle in. Jim Dragoni, stick the needle in. Are so loving, your skin so nice and soft. Well, your ways are so loving and your skin so nice and soft. You don't stop all that moving, you're gonna break my needle off. Got my needle in you, baby. You seem to feel alright. I got my needle in you, baby, and you seem to feel alright. When your medicine come down, I want you to hug me tight. Your medicine come down, put your feet up against the wall. when your medicine come down, put your feet upside the wall. Don't want to waste nothing, I want you to have it all. Thank you, Brownie McGee.
Take it away.
Okay, so a lot of these Bawdy tunes are, the language is technically clean, even though the subject matter is dirty, so you can never really accuse anybody of being dirty.
Double entendre.
Yeah, lots of double entendres and innuendos. So if you're singing about hot dogs in your buns, and someone goes, "That's gross," and you're like, "I'm just singing about hot dogs. I don't know what you're talking about." So I have, yeah, lots of hot dogs.
Yeah, just do. Go ahead. Go do it.
Do it. Yeah. Round robin, whatever. Yeah. All right. So here's the innuendo one. It's called King Size Papa. Wait. That's right, Keith. I got a man that's more than 8 foot tall, 4 foot shoulders, and that ain't all. King size papa, he's my king size papa. I take the door off the hinges when my baby comes to call. There's such a lot of him, the way he grew, enough to last till 2022. King size papa, king size papa, king size papa. Super daddy, and he knows just what to do. No one can thrill me like my baby can. He's such an extraordinary man. King size papa, he's my king size papa. There never was nothing like him since the day the world began. When he's around, there's not a thing I lack. When he hugs me, he holds nothing back. King size papa, he's my king size papa. Everything he carries in his king size pack. They built the Boulder Dam, the Empire State, and then they made my man. Now ain't he great? King size papa, he's my king size papa. There's one in a million who can really keep me straight. He's got big strong arms to hold me tight, and then he squeezes me with all his might. King size papa, he's my king size papa. He's my one big moment, and I'm gonna keep him right inside.
What time is it? How are we doing on time?
It's 25.
Okay, we got a little bit of time. I'm gonna talk about that 1972 workshop because it was just astonishing. The Friday night of that year, we were hit by a hurricane. We were at the site that was down by the creek, and when we woke up on Saturday, the grounds were a sea of mud. It was worse than what Woodstock looked like when you saw the movies. The only stage that was operational was the main stage. I was the program director that year, and I had to make a decision about how to take 4 sites and consolidate the stage time for all of the musicians that were going to be on those 4 sites and turn it into an afternoon that would keep an audience that had been through a night of fear and misery and was living in a sea of mud for the rest of the weekend. I opted to take the Bawdy Song workshop, which would otherwise have been all the way over in the camp stage area, and nobody really would have noticed. And I put it on the main stage, adding some extra artists to it. That workshop had originally always had Oscar Brand as the MC. Oscar May, rest in peace. His Bawdy songs and backroom ballads are still wonderful. They're available. If you go looking for them, you can find them. It had Norman Kennedy, who was the master weaver at Williamsburg, and a Scotsman who learned most of his dirtiest songs from his mother. It had Owen McBride, an Irishman who resides in Toronto, who had a store full of incredibly dirty songs. It had Patrick Sky. God bless Patrick. He put out an album called Songs That Made America Famous. Then we'll take a brawly rope and we'll hang the fucking Pope and we'll burn the Sistine Chapel to the ground. Fight, fight, fight. Patrick was a man unto himself. Added to that workshop was Dave Van Ronk. And Dave did his song Luang Prabang. When I came home from Luang Prabang, I didn't have a thing where my balls used to hang. Great song. A very sad but very powerful song that was written to a British traditional song's melody. And it had added to it Steve Goodman. And when Steve sang the song that he sang, we were on the main stage with the volume all up. And this used to be farm country. This is now suburban. This was farm country back then, and the audience sang in harmony on the chorus of his song. And it rang out across the neighborhood, and people were absolutely horrified. I mean, absolutely horrified, because when they got to 5 motherfuckers in full harmony, about 6 months after this workshop, the festival had to go to court. The 2 youngest people that were part of the organization were Andy Braunfeld and me. We were at least 10 years younger than everybody else. And Andy was the lawyer that represented the festival. And it came down to the only way they would allow the festival to survive was a midnight curfew, and if you went over it, that was it. And a bar on how many people would be allowed on the grounds, including volunteers, performers, and ticket buyers. And that sort of Damocles hung over the next 10 years of the festival, to the point that they turned off the mic on Steve Goodman the next year when he was playing, and that was the last time he ever played the festival. What ultimately saved the festival, however, was that the community, as it debated the issue, was brought to the reality that if they did not permit this event, and the money that is raised by the volunteer fire department's booth here, their property taxes would have to go up. And they made a very practical decision. However, it has been 45 years between that festival and this one. So you're making history now. I will recite Steve Goodman's verses. They are 12 tons of Vaseline, 11 lesbians licking, 10 twats a-twitching, 9 nipples dripping, 8 gaping assholes, 7 scrotum swinging, 6 sacks of shit, 5 motherfuckers, 4 cocksuckers, 3 French ticklers, 2 brass balls, and a hand job in a hair tree. I think we have time for each of you to do one more.
Whose turn is it?
I think it's yours. Unless Anna wants to. Oh, there's one other thing. You know, there are 2 compilation albums that you could find available if you're a collector. One is called Copulatin' Blues, and the other is called Reefer Songs. And both of them are compilations of people like Ella Fitzgerald and Cab Calloway and the greats of the jazz world of the 20s and 30s doing their blue material. And it's very, very blue. So if you like this kind of material and you like the jazzy, bluesy side of things, look for Copulatin' Blues and Reefer Songs. They were both put together by the same man who recorded them off a '78 collection that he had acquired. Hannah.
Yeah, it might have helped.
So,
Okay.
oh, what it with us? Oh, okay.
Sonny Terry, Custard Pie. Well, I'm not joking, tell you no lie. I just want to eat your custard pie. Won't you give me some of it? Give me some of it. Give me some of it. Give me some of it. Well, I want some of it before you give it all away. But it's understood. Everything I do, you know I do it good. Won't you give me some of it? Give me some of it. Won't you give me some of it? Give me some of it. Give me some of it before you give it all away. Your custard pie looks good and nice. When you cut it up, please save me a slice. Give me some of it. Give me some of it. Won't you give me some of it? Give me some of it. Give me some of it before you give it all away. I don't care if you live across the street. When you cut your pie, please save me a piece. I want some of it. 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 Won't you give me some of it before you give it all away? Well, I want some of it. Want some of it. I want some of it. Want some of it. Won't you give me some of it? Give me some of it. Give me some of it. Give me some of it. I want some of it before you give it all away. That's all, folks.
So this is actually a tune that's on the Copulatin' Blues. I got nipples on my titties big as the edge of my thumb. Got something between my legs that make a dead man come home. Baby, won't you shave them dry? I want you to grind me, baby, grind me till I cry. Well, I fucked all night and the night before last, and I feel just like I wanna fuck some more. Oh, honey, baby, won't you shave them dry? Want you to hear me holler, baby, want you to shave me dry? I'm gonna turn back my mattress that you owe my spring. Want you grind me, daddy, till the bells do ring? Oh, baby, 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 won't you shave me dry? Oh, break out, daddy, baby, won't
Well, we have a surprise guest to close out the workshop. You know, George Carlin had those 7 words you couldn't say on the radio, so you don't associate this particular person with this kind of material. But in all the years that the Folk Song Society crowd had their holiday parties and gatherings where everybody contributed music, he's always been part of it. And so I'd like to welcome to the stage Gene Shea, who said to me, hey, can I do one on that workshop? And I said, for sure you can. So come on up, Gene.
Here, take this one. You want to sit down?
All right, just a second, there you go. So here's a song I learned in Germany, and when I was in Armed Forces Radio in Frankfurt, Germany. Lived in a castle, 13th century castle with a moat around, overlooking the Rhine River, the Main River, leads into the Rhine, like 8 miles outside of Frankfurt, Germany. So this is a song called, pardon me, should I make kids here? No, kids? It's called The Barking Family. The Barking Family, ready? Oh, give me a G. G, make it a G minus. Right. Oh, my name is Diamond Lily, I'm a whore in Piccadilly. My father runs a brothel in the Strand, and my brother sells his arsehole to the guards at Windsor Castle. We're the finest fucking family in the land. That's it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Don't let these songs die. Don't put down rap for its language. It may be what saves a generation from going to the rapture and taking any of this crap seriously. You know, it's up to us to persist, and we better persist because we don't really have a choice. We don't have another country that we can swim to. So enjoy the rest of the weekend, and thanks for being here.